Chosen one, stop. This message was not meant for everyone. If you clicked on this, something in the spirit realm just confirmed itself. This word is only for the chosen one who has been hidden, delayed, and financially attacked right before breakthrough. If that is you, heaven sent this directly to your screen. You were supposed to find this today. God told me to tell you this. The poverty cycle that has haunted your bloodline is ending with you. The financial warfare you have been experiencing was not random. It was resistance to what is about to be released into your hands. Within the next 72 hours, a decision will be placed before you. How you respond will determine whether you step into overflow or remain in the waiting room. The enemy knows this. That is why he tried to break you this week. Chosen one, pause for one moment. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, do not just watch in silence. Subscribe now, so you do not miss the confirmations God sends your way. You know how the enemy tries to distract you right when you need a word the most. Type "I am chosen" in the comments and let heaven record your declaration. Before this message ends, I will reveal the 3 signs that confirm your financial release is imminent. But you must stay until the end, because the 3rd sign will shock you. It is something you have already seen but did not recognize. I know what you have been carrying. The sleepless nights wondering if God forgot about you. The bills that pile up while you pray in secret. The jealousy you sense from people who have no idea what you sacrifice. The betrayal from those who smiled at your struggle. You have been fighting a war no one sees. But this message found you because God sees everything. What I am about to share will explain why the attack intensified right when you thought breakthrough was near. There is a reason your money has been blocked. There is a reason your opportunities keep dissolving at the last moment. And what you hear next will expose the hidden hand working against your increase. Chosen one, heaven has been watching your obedience in the dark places. Your silence when you could have complained. Your restraint when you could have retaliated. Your endurance when everyone else would have quit. While others misunderstood your season, God understood your sacrifice. While people questioned your delay, God was preparing your acceleration. What you are experiencing right now is not punishment. It is positioning. You have always felt different, not in an arrogant way, but in a way you could never explain. From childhood, you sensed you carried something others could not see. People were drawn to you, then suddenly turned against you without reason. You were blamed for atmospheres you never created. There was a target on your back before you even knew you were marked. The enemy identified you early because he saw your future. Every attack was strategic. Every betrayal was calculated. Every delay was designed to make you quit before your moment arrived. But you survived, and that survival is proof of your assignment. Chosen one, you have been fighting a war you did not start. An enemy you could not see has been filing accusations against you in realms you cannot perceive. Every time you were about to advance, something collapsed. Relationships crumbled without warning. Opportunities vanished at the final hour. Money disappeared right when you needed it most. You questioned if you were cursed. You wondered if something was fundamentally broken inside you. You asked God why the same patterns kept repeating no matter what you did differently. Now hear this truth. The patterns were not proof of your failure. They were evidence of your importance. The enemy only fights what threatens him. Your breakthrough threatens systems that profit from your bondage. Your wealth threatens structures that need you poor and silent. Your elevation threatens kingdoms built on your limitation. There are generational curses that have traveled through your bloodline for decades. poverty that your grandmother carried and never understood, financial sabotage that your father experienced at the same age you are now, opportunity destruction that your mother watched happen again and again. These patterns were not coincidence. They were contracts. Demonic agreements signed in blood before you took your first breath. But you were not born to continue the cycle. You were born to end it. The enemy recognized this when you were still in the womb. That is why the attack started before you had words to pray. That is why confusion followed your steps. That is why destruction almost claimed you before purpose could activate. But here is what hell never anticipated. Your survival activated something powerful. Every attack you endured weakened the legal rights the enemy held over your family. Every tear you cried watered seeds of deliverance for generations you will never meet. You have been fighting not just for yourself. You have been fighting for your children, for your grandchildren, for descendants whose names you will never know. The warfare was never about you alone. It was about the bloodline liberation you carry. And now, after years of resistance, the chains are breaking, not gradually. Suddenly, the courts of heaven have ruled in your favor. The accusations have been silenced. What you feel shifting in your spirit right now is the first tremor of breakthrough. Chosen one, there is something inside you that the world has tried to bury. Teachers dismissed it when you were young. Family members mocked it when you expressed it. Friends envied it when they sensed its power. But today, heaven is calling it back to life. You remember the moments. As a child, you saw things others could not see. You spoke truths that made adults uncomfortable. You asked questions that exposed what people wanted hidden. There was a knowing in your spirit that did not match your age. But instead of being nurtured, you were silenced. They told you to be quiet. They told you to fit in. They told you to stop being so intense, so sensitive, so much. So you learned to hide. You buried the gift to survive. You dimmed your light so others would feel comfortable in their darkness. And somewhere along the way, you forgot what you carried. The depression you have battled was never a chemical imbalance alone. It was your gift suffocating under the weight of rejection. The anxiety that gripped you was never just nerves. It was discernment without understanding. Spiritual sensitivity without interpretation. You thought something was wrong with you, but everything was actually right. The very thing they tried to destroy is the weapon God designed for your assignment. Your ability to perceive what others miss. Your capacity to carry burdens that would crush ordinary people. Your insight that cuts through deception like fire through paper. These were never flaws. They were features. God speaks now. What was buried is not dead. It was planted. Seeds must go underground before they break through soil. Your gift was developing roots in the darkness where no one could see. The season of hiding is ending. The season of emergence has begun. What they silenced is about to speak. What they suppressed is about to surface. What they buried is about to resurrect with power they never anticipated. You are not too much. You are exactly what this generation needs. And God is giving you permission to stop apologizing for what He placed inside you. Rise, chosen one. Your gift is waking up, chosen one. The deepest wounds you carry did not come from strangers. They came from those you trusted. Those you loved, those you defended when others spoke against them. The friend who smiled at your face but competed against you in secret. The family member who celebrated you publicly but criticized you in private rooms. The partner who promised forever but abandoned you during your hardest season. the mentor who took credit for ideas you gave them freely. You opened your heart, and they used the access to wound you. You shared your dreams, and they used the information to limit you. You trusted their presence, and they planted seeds of destruction while you slept. Listen carefully. I know you are watching quietly, taking everything in, wondering if anyone truly understands, but chosen ones like you do not come across messages like this by accident. If this is touching something deep in your soul, subscribe now. Do not keep walking through this spiritual warfare alone when a whole family of chosen ones is right here with you. Type, "I release them," in the comments. Let this be the moment you take your peace back. Now hear this revelation. The betrayal was not your fault, but it was permitted. God allowed certain people to reveal their true nature so you would not carry them into your next level. If they had stayed hidden, they would have sabotaged your elevation from within. The exposure was painful, but it was protection. Every Judas in your life served a divine purpose. Not everyone assigned to your journey is assigned to your destination. Some were only meant to witness a season, not walk into your future. Others were sent by the enemy wearing familiar faces. Their assignment was to drain your resources, steal your ideas, and block your advancement. But here is what they did not understand. By removing themselves, they forfeited access to the blessing they tried to steal. God was using their own wickedness to accomplish your freedom. What they meant for evil, heaven repurposed for your positioning. You did not lose them. God removed them. And the space they left is not emptiness. It is capacity for what is coming. Better relationships are being assigned. Divine connections are being prepared. People who will guard your destiny instead of sabotage it. Stop mourning the exit of those who were never meant to stay. Your next level requires a new circle. Chosen one, the loneliness you experienced was not abandonment, it was assignment. God did not forget you in that empty season. He hid you there. The friends who disappeared without explanation were not losses. They were extractions. The invitations that stopped coming were not rejection. They were divine redirection. You felt invisible because God was making you untouchable. You are still watching because this is about you. Here is what was really happening in the spirit while you sat alone. Every person who left was draining something from you that you could not afford to lose. Your spiritual energy was hemorrhaging through connections that looked harmless but carried hidden assignments. God performed surgery. He removed what was attached but never assigned. Most people do not understand this. The isolation was incubation. Your wealth assignment required separation from those who would have mismanaged your increase. This was not random. Your financial breakthrough was being protected from people who would have consumed it before it manifested. This message found you on purpose. Before this message ends, you will understand exactly who was blocking your money. Names will not be spoken, but faces will flash in your spirit. God is about to expose the hidden hand that has been redirecting your blessings to the wrong accounts. But that revelation comes later. For now, receive this. The wilderness was building your capacity for overflow. Chosen one, if you have walked through seasons where no one understood your isolation, this is your confirmation. Subscribe now, so you remain connected to the voice that finds you when you feel forgotten. Type, "The separation had purpose," in the comments. Heaven is recording every response. You were never meant to fit in. That discomfort you feel in normal environments is not dysfunction, it is distinction. God marked you differently because He assigned you differently. The pressure you are experiencing right now is proof of assignment. This is confirmation for you. Chosen one, if everything suddenly became harder right when you thought breakthrough was near, listen carefully. The intensity of the attack is evidence of the proximity of your promise. Your financial warfare did not increase because God forgot His word. It increased because the enemy saw the transfer order. Heaven already signed the release on your wealth. The resistance you feel is the enemy's final attempt to exhaust you before the deposit arrives. This was strategic. Hell held emergency meetings concerning your advancement. The usual tactics stopped working on you. Your faith grew too strong. Your prayers became too precise. Your discernment became too sharp. So they escalated. They attacked your peace. They attacked your sleep. They attacked your confidence. They sent financial pressure from multiple directions simultaneously. You are still here because God is speaking directly to your situation. But here is what the enemy miscalculated. By attacking so severely, he exposed the timing. Think about it. If nothing significant was coming, why would the warfare increase? The violence of the attack reveals the value of what is being contested. Your breakthrough is worth millions in the spirit realm. That is why ordinary attacks were replaced with coordinated warfare. The enemy is not fighting your past. He is fighting your future. He sees what you are about to walk into. He sees the wealth that is about to change your bloodline. He sees the influence that is about to shift territories. And he is terrified, but his time is expired. The courts of heaven have already ruled. The verdict was delivered before you woke up this morning. What you feel shifting in your spirit right now is the first tremor of manifestation. The warfare is not winning. It is ending. And what comes next will make every battle worth the pain. Chosen one, God is pulling back the curtain right now. There are individuals who prayed against you while pretending to pray for you. People who celebrated your setbacks in private rooms while congratulating you in public spaces. Masks are coming off. This message is exposing what has been hidden from you. You have been receiving unexpected revelations lately. Dreams showing faces you trusted. Conversations overheard that were never meant for your ears. Screenshots forwarded by accident. Words spoken that revealed hearts you thought you knew. This is not coincidence. This is divine exposure. God is answering your prayers for clarity, but the answers carry pain. The co-worker who blocked your promotion knew exactly what they were doing. The friend who gossiped about your financial struggles fed your business to your competitors. The family member who borrowed money they never intended to repay was not forgetful. They were deliberate. You are still watching because heaven is confirming what your spirit already sensed. Here is the revelation you have been waiting for. The hidden hand blocking your wealth was not a distant enemy. It was proximity. People with access to your dreams used that access to limit your increase. Jealousy operated through them like a current. Some did not even realize they were being used. But ignorance does not cancel impact. Every negative word spoken over your finances carried weight. Every envious thought projected toward your success created resistance. Every secret competition drained resources that belonged to you. But hear this clearly. God is not exposing them to hurt you. He is exposing them to free you. What operated in darkness no longer has power once light touches it. The exposure is mercy. You can now move forward without carrying saboteurs into your next season. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to explain yourself. You simply need to remove access. New boundaries are not bitterness. They are wisdom. And wisdom is what keeps wealth once it arrives. Chosen one, The battles you have been fighting were never just about you. There are patterns in your bloodline that have repeated for generations. Cycles of lack that traveled from grandmother to mother to you. Financial destruction that appeared at the same age your father experienced it. Opportunities that dissolved at the exact moment they dissolved for your grandfather. This is confirmation for you. This was not coincidence. These were contracts, ancestral covenants made in generations past, knowingly or unknowingly. Words spoken over your bloodline that carried legal weight in the spirit realm, curses that attached themselves to your family DNA and rode through the generations like passengers who never paid fare. The enemy used familiarity to breed acceptance. Your family assumed struggle was normal because struggle was all they knew. Poverty became identity instead of intrusion. Lack became expectation instead of exception. But you were born different. You were born with a question in your spirit that your ancestors never asked. Why does this keep happening? That question was not doubt. It was discernment. It was the first crack in a generational prison wall. You are still here because you are the one chosen to break the chain. God did not place you in your bloodline by accident. You carry enough authority to end what generations could not escape. Your great-grandmother prayed prayers she never saw answered. Your grandfather made sacrifices that produced no visible fruit. Your mother cried tears that watered ground she thought was barren. But none of it was wasted. Every prayer compounded. Every sacrifice accumulated. Every tear collected. And the total is being released through you. You are not just a recipient of breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. Stop right here. If you have not subscribed yet, ask yourself, why? Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed by financial pressure, God guides you to messages like this. Do not reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe now so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. Type "The curse ends with me" in the comments. Let your declaration become your deliverance. Now speak this out loud. I renounce every covenant I did not make but inherited. I cancel every word curse spoken over my bloodline. I break every cycle of poverty that has traveled through my family. The pattern stops here. The lack ends now. My children will not inherit what I am destroying today. Something just shifted in the spirit. Can you feel it? The heaviness that has followed you for years is lifting. Not gradually. Suddenly, the courts of heaven have accepted your declaration. Generational wealth is now being rerouted to your account. What your ancestors could not access, you will possess. The curse is broken. The blessing begins. Chosen one, heaven has been keeping records. Every dollar that was stolen from you was documented. Every opportunity that was sabotaged was noted. Every year that the enemy consumed was calculated. And now the recompense order has been signed. This is confirmation for you. You have counted your losses in the dark hours. The business that failed because of betrayal. The job that was given to someone less qualified. The relationship that cost you more than it ever gave. The investments that dissolved without explanation. The inheritance that was redirected before it reached you. You wondered if you would ever recover what was taken. You questioned if the hole was too deep to climb out of. But God is not a God of partial restoration. He is the God of multiplied return. What the enemy stole, he must repay sevenfold. This is not motivational language. This is spiritual law. You are still watching because the restoration is already in motion. Here is what most people do not understand about divine restoration. It rarely comes from the same source that took from you. The person who stole will not be the one who repays. The company that cheated you will not be the one who elevates you. New doors are opening. Unexpected sources are being activated. People you have never met are being assigned to bless you. Checks are being written with your name on them by hands that do not know you yet. The restoration is coming from directions you never anticipated. Within this season, you will receive what you stopped asking for. Money that has your name on it is being rerouted right now. Opportunities that were diverted are being redirected back to your path. Relationships that carry wealth are being assigned to your future. The delay taught you something that instant blessing could never teach. You learned the value of what you carry. You learned gratitude before overflow. You learned stewardship before abundance. And now you are ready, not just to receive, but to manage, not just to get, but to multiply. The restoration is not coming. It is here. Open your hands. What was stolen is returning home. Chosen one, something is different now. You have felt it in recent days. When you speak, atmospheres respond. When you pray, answers arrive faster than before. When you enter rooms, something shifts that you cannot explain. This is not imagination. This is activation. This message found you because your authority is waking up. There is a dimension of spiritual power that has been dormant inside you, not because you were unqualified, but because the timing was not right. God does not release full authority to those still being prepared. The wilderness was your training ground. The isolation was your classroom. The betrayal was your examination, and you passed. Now the seal is being removed. What was locked is being unlocked. What was dormant is being activated. The same mouth that cried in confusion will now decree with precision. The same hands that trembled in weakness will now release with power. The same feet that stumbled in darkness will now walk into rooms that change nations. You are still here because heaven is commissioning you right now. This is not temporary favor. This is permanent positioning. You are not just being blessed. You are being established. When you speak over your finances, things will move. When you declare over your destiny, doors will open. When you command over your bloodline, chains will shatter. Authority is not loud, it is certain. And certainty just settled into your spirit. The days of begging are over. The season of pleading has ended. You now carry keys that unlock what was previously sealed. Lions recognize lions, and the spirit realm is taking notice of who just stood up. Pause, right here, chosen one. If you have not subscribed yet, ask yourself why you would walk away from a voice that speaks directly to your destiny. Every time you feel lost, God sends a message like this. Do not reject what heaven is offering you. Subscribe now and stay connected to your confirmation. Type authority activated in the comments. Let the spirit realm hear your declaration today. Chosen one, there are doors about to open that no human hand placed before you, and no human hand can close them. This is not networking. This is not luck. This is divine orchestration. This is confirmation for you. You have knocked on doors for years, sent applications that were never answered, made phone calls that were never returned, presented ideas that were stolen but never credited. You watched less qualified people walk through doors that should have been yours. You wondered if God had forgotten your address. But hear this revelation. The closed doors were not denial, they were divine direction. If certain doors had opened, you would have settled for less than what God prepared. Wrong doors lead to wrong destinations, and God loved you too much to let you succeed in the wrong place. You are still watching because your doors are about to swing open. Within this coming season, something supernatural is happening. Opportunities you did not apply for will seek you out. Invitations from people you never contacted will arrive. Phone calls that change everything will interrupt ordinary days. Emails that shift your financial trajectory will appear without warning. And here is what will shock you most. Some doors will be guarded by the same people who once rejected you, but they will be unable to deny you access. They will open what they previously locked. They will grant what they previously denied. They will not understand why they are doing it, but you will know. Heaven overrides human decisions when destiny is at stake. The gatekeepers who blocked you have lost their authority over your access. God is handing you keys to rooms you did not earn, not for personal glory, for kingdom assignment. Every door comes with a divine task. Every room carries responsibility, but you are ready now. Walk through. What is yours cannot be locked any longer. Chosen one, God is speaking directly concerning your finances now. Not prosperity, foolishness. Not greed, dressed in spiritual language. Kingdom wealth for kingdom purpose. What you are about to receive will shift how you relate to money forever. This message found you because financial release is imminent. You have struggled financially for longer than anyone knows, working jobs that paid bills but never built wealth, watching others prosper while you remained stuck in the same place, praying prayers about money that seemed to hit the ceiling and fall back down. You questioned whether God cared about your material needs. You wondered if poverty was somehow holiness. But hear this truth: God is not against wealth. He is against wealth worship. Poverty is not purity. Lack is not loyalty. The enemy has convinced many chosen ones that struggle is spiritual. But struggle was never God's design for you. You were tested in lack, so you could be trusted with abundance. You are still here because heaven is preparing to deposit what has been delayed. Now, receive the 3 signs that your financial release is imminent. This is what was promised at the beginning. First sign, sudden clarity about money. Ideas that carry wealth will begin downloading into your spirit without effort. Business concepts will arrive during prayer. Investment understanding will come through unexpected conversations. Your mind is being upgraded for financial increase. Second sign, divine connections with financial access. People carrying resources you do not have will be assigned to your path. They will offer opportunities without you begging. They will open doors without you manipulating. These are not random meetings. They are destiny appointments. Third sign, and this is what will shock you. Money that belongs to you will begin appearing from sources you forgot existed. Old debts owed to you will be repaid. Forgotten accounts will resurface. Inheritance that was delayed will suddenly process. Checks that were lost will be reissued. The wealth was never gone. It was held until you were ready to steward it. And now the release has been authorized, not in some distant future. In this season, your hands are being prepared for overflow. Your mind is being stretched for abundance. Your character has been tested for increase. You passed, and the transfer begins now. Chosen one, stop striving for connections that God did not assign. Stop begging for positions at tables where you were never meant to sit. What is divinely yours will find you without manipulation, and it is closer than you realize. This is confirmation for you. You have networked for years with little to show. Shook hands with people who promised doors but delivered dead ends. Invested time in relationships that drained more than they deposited. You felt overlooked in rooms full of opportunity. You watched others rise through connections that seemed impossible for you to access. The loneliness of carrying gifts without anyone to recognize them was exhausting. But hear this truth: forced connections are false connections. What is built on striving cannot sustain what God is building. Divine relationships require divine timing, and your timing has arrived. You are still watching because the connections are being assigned right now. Within this coming season, new people will appear without your pursuit. They will speak your language without needing translation. They will see what others missed without needing convincing. They will believe in your vision without requiring proof. They will open doors that were previously impossible to access. And here is what will surprise you. Some divine connections will be people who previously overlooked you. God will shift their hearts. What they once dismissed, they will now chase. But you must receive them with grace, not grudges. Bitterness disqualifies you from blessing. These are covenant relationships, not casual associations. They will sharpen you, not soften you. They will challenge you, not coddle you. They will speak truth, not flattery. They will guard your destiny, not sabotage it. Iron sharpens iron, and God is surrounding you with iron. Stop mourning who left. Start preparing for who is coming. Your next level requires a new circle, and heaven is building it with precision. Faces you have never seen are being positioned for encounter. The wait is ending. The connections are arriving. Chosen one, you did not survive everything. You survived just to exist. You were preserved for purpose. This is not motivational language. This is prophetic revelation. You are about to discover why you are here. This message found you because purpose is being unveiled. You have always sensed a higher calling, a knowing deep in your spirit that you were meant for something significant, but clarity remained distant. You tried many paths. Some succeeded briefly. Most did not. You questioned if you would ever find your lane. The fear of dying without fulfilling destiny haunted your quiet moments. But hear this truth: purpose was never hidden from you. It was hidden for you. If the enemy knew your full assignment, the attacks would have been more severe. God concealed the vision until you were ready to carry its weight. Now the seal is being removed. You are still here because this is the moment of unveiling. Your purpose is connected to your pain. What broke you is what qualifies you. The rejection you experienced prepared you to embrace the rejected. The poverty you survived prepared you to release wealth with wisdom. The betrayal you endured prepared you to discern false alliances. Your testimony is not shame. It is your key. It unlocks freedom for others who are watching from shadows. You are not just a survivor. You are a deliverer. The purpose is larger than you imagined. It is not a job. It is a movement. It does not involve just you. It involves generations not yet born. The vision is so large that it requires God to accomplish it. If you are not slightly terrified, you have not seen the full picture. There is a message you must deliver. There is a people group you must serve. There is a problem you are designed to solve. There is an industry you are meant to transform. There is a legacy you must leave. Purpose is not out there somewhere. Purpose is already inside you. It was planted in your pain, watered by your tears, grown in your isolation, and now ready for harvest. Step into what you were born for. The world is waiting for what you carry. Chosen one, this is not another message about future promises. This is a present tense declaration. Your elevation has arrived. What was delayed is now released. What was blocked is now cleared. What was stolen is now restored sevenfold. The wait is officially over. This is your confirmation. You stand at the threshold of everything you contended for. The battles you fought in secret are producing rewards in public. The tears you cried in isolation are becoming testimonies that shift nations. The years the enemy consumed are being returned with interest. Every piece is now in position. Every setback was a setup. Every closed door was redirection to the right one. You are exactly where you need to be, and heaven is moving on your behalf right now. You are still watching because this word is sealing your breakthrough. This is what is being released over your life in this season. Financial overflow beyond what you asked or imagined. Relationships that multiply your impact and guard your destiny. Influence that shifts atmospheres when you enter rooms. Health that sustains the assignment God placed inside you. Peace that guards your soul when chaos surrounds you. Joy that returns after seasons of mourning. Strength that rises when weakness tries to return. This is not wishful thinking. This is divine decree. The warfare that exhausted you is lifting. The confusion that clouded you is clearing. The heaviness that followed you is breaking. Can you feel it? Something shifted while you listened to this message. Your spirit recognizes what your mind is still processing. The atmosphere around your life just changed. This message found you to seal what heaven already declared. But hear this warning with the blessing. Elevation requires continued obedience. Stay humble when promotion comes. Stay prayerful when success arrives. Stay aligned when options multiply. Do not let pride disqualify what humility earned. Walk carefully. Speak wisely. Steward faithfully. What God is entrusting to you carries weight. Be worthy of the assignment. You were chosen not because you were perfect. You were chosen because you were willing. Willing to obey when it was hard. Willing to stand alone when it was lonely. Willing to trust God when nothing made sense. Willing to keep going when quitting made more sense. This is your confirmation. This is your warning. This is your encouragement. The warfare is lifting. The elevation is here. And God has already spoken concerning your outcome. Stay aligned. Stay discerning. Stay faithful. What was promised is now manifesting. What was prophesied is now materializing. What was delayed is now downloading into your reality. Heaven has spoken, and it is done. Before you leave, chosen one, pause for one more moment. The fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed every word. Do not walk away without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you through. Your next breakthrough might arrive in the next video. Join this family of chosen ones walking the same path of elevation. This channel is not for casual viewers. It is for those marked for more. Subscribe if you are walking this path of spiritual elevation. Subscribe if you refuse to settle for ordinary when God called you to extraordinary. Subscribe if you know your story is not over yet. Welcome home, chosen one. Now I want to hear from you. What has God been asking you to release in this season? What is the one thing standing between you and your next level? Write it in the comments. I read every single one. And your comment might be the confirmation someone else needs today. Type, "My elevation has arrived," and let heaven record your declaration. Chosen one, this word will find fulfillment. Heaven has decreed it. Now rise and walk in what you have been given.